Hello, my loves. Welcome to episode 11 of Pain to Joy. My name is Danielle Suddy, and I want to thank you from my whole heart for being here today. I was thinking about how it's summertime, and I've had a lot of magical, unexpected, incredibly heartwarming and soul-filling and heart-expanding experiences this last week, many of which were not planned in advance, were unpredictable, and just so incredible. And as I thought back about a month or so ago, as summer was approaching here in Canada, I had written down a bunch of experiences that I wanted to experience this summer, things that I wanted to do and see. I'm not sure where I put the list. It used to be in my notebook here and I can't find it, but I know that one of the things that I had written down was live music, concerts. And at that time, I had no plans. I had no plans to see any concerts. And in the last week, I have had the honor and the privilege of seeing multiple live music events. One of them was Miranda Lambert with my mom. Got to see Chad Brownlee with a good friend the other night, and it was so fun and so incredible, and it was not planned. And earlier in the week, I also got to see an incredible band at a bar in the Bellagio. I believe it was called the Pinky Bar, and it's like Bruno Mars has this bar with this incredible band, and they got us out on the dance floor. They could see us dancing on the sideline, so we literally cut a rug because the dance floor there, this sort of circular dance floor area between some tables, maybe more like a horseshoe shape, was carpeted. And it's a little bit tricky to dance on carpet, but we really did cut a rug, and I am so thankful. I've replayed some videos from Friday night's concert. I took very few videos, but just a couple because I saw Miranda Lambert in the past and she's just so talented. It was so incredible. And re-listening to a couple of these really short clips, my whole heart feels like it's bursting. And Saturday night, Chad Brownlee was incredible. I had seen him once before years ago at a golf tournament in town with my dad, and that wasn't planned and I didn't know that was going to happen. I remember thoroughly enjoying it, but the other night the energy was incredible, his voice was incredible, so much fun, and I'm so thankful. And I share this because if you haven't already written a list of things that you want to experience, whether it's summer, whether it's winter, whether it's just this next coming week or the next couple of months, I really feel that when we are intentional about what we want to experience, these things happen much more frequently than we even realize. And it's a reminder to be conscious and intentional with our thoughts. It is so easy to go down negative rabbit holes. It's so easy to focus on what's not happening in the way that we think or want or desire. It's so easy to focus on the things that we think didn't work out in the ways that we had hoped. And so writing down a bucket list, if you will, or writing down the things that you want to experience really allows your brains, your hearts, your eyeballs, your minds to see those things. So for example, years ago, I believe it was my friend Sherry who would say, purple car, make a wish. And so I still, whenever I see a purple car, I think of Sherry and I say, purple car, make a wish. But if that's on your mind, you start to see more purple cars. And so a practice that I use almost daily is when I'm writing down my to-do list or the things that I need to get accomplished or I want to do within a day or the coming week or even month, I will write down the things that need to get done, that have to get done, that I get to do. And interspersed on that piece of paper, interspersed on that list, I will write things like laugh, smile, enjoy, have fun, bliss, pleasure, relax. I write those things down as I'm writing my to-do list because I really want to be intentional with the experiences that I'm having moving forward. And that's not to say that untoward things don't happen, but when they do, when we're coming from a lighter, more loving headspace for ourselves and for others, when we are reminding ourselves to breathe, we're reminding ourselves to relax, we're reminding ourselves to have fun, have more fun, I'll write that down. These are just these little reminders that can help us when life gets busy, when life gets crazy, when we're maybe swamped or overwhelmed, whether that's at home or at work or both. And the invitation would be to take a few minutes to close your eyes. I'm closing my eyes right now, breathing into my heart space, putting my hand on my heart. How do I want to feel the rest of today? What do I want to experience on this day? How do I want to feel as the week goes forward? What are some things I want to do and experience separate and apart from all of the things that have to get done, that need to get done? And I'm going to breathe into that. I'm going to feel it. Oh, I want to have some more fun. I want to have some laughs. I want to get out and feel the fresh air, feel the warm sun on my skin. I want to have some genuine, wonderful connection with people I know and love, and maybe some people I've never met before. Maybe make new connections. But I'm going to feel into that. And as I said that, my heart just sort of did a little jump, a little dance, a little joyful dance, thinking about, feeling into things that I want to experience. So again, I invite you to write down the things that you also want to experience amidst all of the things that need to get done today, tomorrow, this next month, this season. And let me know how it goes. I was also reflecting on summertime here in Canada, family time, togetherness, going on holidays with friends, family. And there's sometimes a rub when you are traveling with people who you don't always travel with. Or I know too, when it's not just myself and my parents, it could be myself and my parents and my brother and his family and my other brother and his family. And when there's more people, there's more energy and more real humanness is going to come out. Is it fun? Is it wonderful? Yes, it makes me think of Christmas time, where there's this picture postcard idea of what Christmas is supposed to be like, or a holiday season is supposed to be peaceful and loving, and everyone singing Christmas carols together and sitting there having a wonderful time, when often the holidays can be very stressful for people. They're not always the most wonderful time of the year. And being in close quarters with people that we love, which often happens in summertime, it often happens when we have spring break or March break, or we're going on holidays with people we love. We can love them to bits and also need some space. And the reason I mention this is because as I walked in my door from a meeting with a gentleman at my bank, so funny. So as I'm recording this, the quote is, "See the light in others as if that is all you see." See the light in others as if that is all you see. This is a Dr. Wayne Dyer quote. And what I'm telling you is funny is I'm currently in the room that I used to call the Beach Retreat Wellness Room. I had turned on the light, and as soon as I was going to read the quote, the light went out and now the fan is on. So I'm going to take a break and sort this out, just one moment, but I think it's incredible that the light went out as soon as I was going to read that quote. All right, we're back in business. The light is on, the fan is slowing down. So the reason I mentioned this quote is I walked in the door and I was thinking about having this meeting with this gentleman at my bank, and it was a meeting full of light. It was supposed to be a meeting about changing my bank account. Apparently it's better than what I can switch to. And I ended up sharing with him some financial concerns I have for myself right now. He was such a human being, so real and so wonderful and so authentic. And I felt like his light was shining and my light was shining. And I left there feeling like a bright light. And I walked into the door and I thought, right now, holiday time, family time, togetherness time with friends is amazing and can be so great. But sharing close quarters, sharing bathrooms, sharing time with people that we don't normally spend time with can start to make us not see people as the light that they are. When we have a not great experience with someone, whether it's customer service, whether it's a friend, family, partner, we can start to look at somebody not as the bright light that they are, not as their potential, not as possibilities. And I know for me, if I start to feel a rub, if I'm staying with my parents, for example, or there's some energies, I start reacting versus responding. I don't like that version of myself. I can hold loving, caring, compassionate space for that version of myself. But I really try to intentionally come back to seeing people as bright lights, giving people the benefit of the doubt, trusting and knowing that when you're in a new place or you're sleeping in a different bed, or like I said, you're around a lot of people that you're not used to, which happens to me. I love being around people. I'm a huge extrovert, and I need to be intentional about taking space, taking quiet time, taking brain breaks. And if I don't do that, then I am going to react more than I respond, with kindness, with love, with who I want to be. And I say this because I want to invite you to allow yourself to be human. It is completely normal when you are with people that you're not always with, or maybe even if with your immediate family and all of you are together at the same time for days and days on end, as much as you love each other, as much as you just want to squeeze the heck out of each other and enjoy every moment, it's unreasonable to think that there won't be moments of stress, that there won't be moments of people maybe getting on each other's nerves a little bit. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are families out there that can spend days and days and days and days on end, and that there are never any of these moments that come up. But I believe it's unreasonable to think that people aren't going to be human when that's what we are. And I say this to give myself grace and compassion, as I've spent a lot of time with people in the last few weeks, and hopefully will as well moving forward, to know that it's completely normal and human to sometimes get irritated if we're around other people or to need space. And I think the bigger question to ask ourselves is, how can we be intentional about building in moments for ourselves? I know that can be trickier for some than others when we have a lot of people depending on us, a lot of people in our space all the time. How can we ask for help? How can we set a boundary and say, I love all of you, I want to spend time with all of you, and I need 20 minutes to myself. And you guys are going to have to figure it out. Whether that's in a family situation, a friend situation. I say this as somebody who is still learning about boundaries. A few years ago, I don't even think I knew what a boundary was, let alone how to think about what one would be and how to share it with others. And what I love about boundaries, I'm not going to get this right, but this idea of it's not something that you are doing to push away someone else. It's not something that you're doing to create some sort of barrier between you and someone else. When you take care of yourself more, when you create boundaries that can honor your energy and honor your capacity and honor your own needs, you're able to be in better connection with whoever these people are in your life. You're able to give more than you would if you let yourself constantly get burnt out. And I am somebody who is still working on that. I love being around people so much that I have to remember to take the intentional timeouts, to take the brain breaks, to take time. And I know I'm repeating this, but I'm repeating it for myself. I'm repeating it for you. How can we be more intentional? Just like we're being intentional about a bucket list and about adding feelings and experiences that we want to have, that we desire, that we want more of, how can we also be intentional about taking some time out for ourselves? And that can look different for everyone. Your 5 minutes might be breathing and breath work. My 5 minutes might be dancing around and jumping up and down and singing and feeling free. Someone else's 5 minutes might be playing video games. And here's to hoping that it's more than 5 minutes. But can we be more intentional when we know that we are going to be around people that we love and we care about and we enjoy spending time with, but that we know we might need a 5-minute break from, or maybe it's longer than that. I also feel in this moment how easy it is, for me anyway, to get into the groove. We're with other people, we're doing things, we're having fun, and then forgetting about maybe our fitness or our wellness routine. And that's okay too. It's okay to fall off and get back to it after a holiday, after a vacation, but sometimes keeping some of those elements of what keeps us well, reminding ourselves, make sure you're drinking the water, especially when it's hot out. Make sure that you are still incorporating some stretches and some yoga. Maybe you don't have time to do your full yoga routine. I like to call mine yoga lattes, do a little Pilates and yoga together. Maybe you don't have the full time to do the entire workout, but you can sneak some moves in here or there. I used to be someone who I think would say, okay, I have to have this time. And now I might be wearing a dress. I might be wearing pajamas, and I might just start to get into my workout. I'm in it, I'm doing it. And for other people, maybe it's getting up in the morning, putting on their shoes, putting on their workout gear the second they wake up in the morning to know that they're going to get that done. Sometimes that backfires on me. So like I said, I just think, okay, now's my time. Going to do some arm weights, going to do my ballet legs, going to do my ab routine. And sometimes I do a little bit here and a little bit there, whatever time permits. So may we all be intentional about sneaking in some time for ourselves, some quiet time, however that looks like, whatever boundaries we need to create with the people in our lives, and or ask, hey, this is what I really need. And I know for myself, until 2018, when I had the shingles, I was not fully asking for what I needed. And fortunately or unfortunately, there came a time where I absolutely had to ask for help. And this is a few episodes back, I share more. Had I not asked for help, I wouldn't have had food to eat. Had I not asked for help, my mental health would have gotten worse and worse and worse. And I had a little twinge between my heart space and my throat chakra when I said that, because I remember the moment that I phoned my mom and said, I need you, can you please come? And she was at my house a few hours later. So may we ask for what we need and what we want. And as I say that, I realize that many of us, when we are in situations where we're giving to others and we're helping everybody else, we might not even know what that is. But I encourage you and invite you to put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath in, down into your belly. Exhale all that no longer serves and perhaps never did. And as you're sitting here, take a few more breaths. Maybe press pause on the podcast if that feels good to you. And maybe ask yourself, what is a number one thing right now that would help me feel more calm, that would help me get back to myself, that would help me respond and not react, that would help me be my best self around and among others? What is something that I need? And you might not have asked yourself that for a very long time. So please take all the time that you need to discover what that is and what that looks like. It might just be something teeny tiny, and it might be something that feels like a bigger ask. But I'm here to remind you that your needs are important. Your wants and desires are extremely important. Because when we express our needs and desires, when we ask for what we want, the worst thing that's going to happen is somebody might say no. But if we don't ask, we'll never know. You never know if you don't try. But your desires, your needs, your wishes for some peace, for some quiet, for some calm, for some go out on the town or get in a workout uninterrupted, those are all very, very, very important things. Because not only does that help you stay true to yourself and help you see the light in others, it allows you to let your own light shine. When we are constantly being pulled in different directions, and it happens so easily, I say this as someone who doesn't have a family depending on me, who doesn't have a partner, it can be so easy for me to reach out to people I love, spend time with people I love, and get wrapped up in everything else that's going on and forget about what I need to do to keep myself as well as possible. So may we all see the light in others as if that is all we see. So when something happens, benefit of the doubt, people are doing the best that they can. And their best changes day to day. My best on a day where I haven't gotten sleep or where I'm in more pain than usual, that best is not going to be the best of the day before where I was feeling amazing and the weather was great and my pain levels were lower. It's going to change. And I really love the conversations that I am privy to online with humans in my life, amazing humans, this idea of, can we keep giving people grace and space to be human? And that's why I love this appointment I had with a guy at the bank. He was being a human. And I was being myself, which I guess is also very human. And it felt good. It felt good. I was talking about my mortgage. I was talking about how it's not economically feasible for me to live in my place, and I'm rejigging things and I'm figuring it out, and I will figure it out. But I was relaxed. It was wonderful. And I saw his light and I felt mine shining. And that's what I want for you. I want our lights to shine more and more and more. I want us to feel more in alignment with what feels good to us. And that might mean that we have to look at things that aren't working or things that aren't serving us anymore, because something that might have been working for us for years maybe doesn't jive with who we are now or the life situation that we're in. So on this journey of allowing ourselves to be more human, allowing others the grace and space and compassion and forgiveness to be human, may we remember that we are bright lights and that everyone around us is full of light, and it's up to us to focus on the light, not focus on the dark, not focus on what somebody did or somebody said or how it rubbed us the wrong way. Let's focus on the light. And yes, of course, have conversations when they need to be had, share our feelings, feel our feelings with kindness, with love, with compassion, and remember that we are all doing the best we can. As I mentioned earlier in this podcast, so much joy for me to experience live music, to experience unexpected concerts, to bump into friends on the way to the Stampede grounds that I didn't know were going to the concert and have dinner with them and hang out with them after, go out dancing, having fun, like just so much joy, so much joy. I'm so thankful. And I was trying to think of what a challenge might be. One of them was that my neck did get quite tight about a week ago, and I started experiencing vertigo, and I haven't experienced that in years. And thankfully, through hydration and stretching and medication and the kindness of my friends and their patience and love and support, I was feeling much better the next day. But I thought, well, if this is how it's going to be, this is how it's going to be. And again, that's the win for me, that in the past, when my body maybe isn't doing what I hoped, or when I'm really not feeling well, it used to feel scary or upsetting. But I thought, well, I'll get through it. I'll figure it out. We were at this hotel and the carpets were very beautiful, but also very patterned. So as we were walking, I just looked up at the ceiling and just let my friends know that direct me in the right direction. Because at that moment, looking at that carpet, I probably would have fallen right over. And also being able to laugh about it. And I just crossed my fingers and toes and did everything I knew I could. I hung my head off the end of the bed. I rested. My neck just cracked as I said that. And I moved through it, trusting that no matter what, I would be okay. And as I said that, what sparked for me was also this idea that I trust and know that I will be okay no matter what. And when I look at my friends and my loved ones, my family, when they might be moving through something that could be challenging, that could be scary, that could be difficult, I see their light, and I also see them as capable beings. I don't believe in like a worry energy, because I feel like that is projecting that someone isn't capable of moving through even the most difficult things. And so I'm really glad that because I have built this in myself, this trust that I can get through things, this trust that I can ask for support, that I can support myself, that I am supported always, I want you to know that whatever you're moving through, I see you, I believe in you, and I trust and believe that no matter what you are moving through, you will get through it, you will learn from it, you will grow from it, and quite possibly you will help others with the things that you've learned along the way. So let's put a kibosh on worry energy for ourselves, for others. Let's trust in other people's light. Let's trust in our own light. And let's remember that if our light isn't shining that brightly, other people around us are always shining their light our way, sharing their love with us, sharing their care with us, just as we do. And it's such a beautiful circle of love, such a gift. Speaking of which, this episode was hopefully going to be shorter because I'm actually recording it on Monday, the day that I like to release it. But I would be remiss if I didn't share the immense thankfulness that I have for all of you listening, for all of you beautiful souls who continue to reach out and let me know that you've listened, what's resonating, what's not. I had an experience the other day that I can barely articulate. I can feel the tingling all the way to my toes. A beautiful soul who I met years ago traveling sent me pictures of Post-it notes that they have up in their home. And then they sent me 2 photos. And in those 2 photos were quotes that I mentioned on the last podcast that they have written down on Post-it notes and have stuck up in their home. And to me, it feels like the biggest circle of love. It feels like the biggest full circle moment to meet someone a decade ago, maybe less, maybe more, who is sharing with me, who is sending caring messages my way, supporting me in my grief, sharing love and care and compassion across the miles. This person is on another continent, and I just could not be more thankful. So thank you for listening. Thank you for listening, because listening is loving, and I feel very loved, and I am sending you so much love. Whenever you hear this, wherever your journey is taking you, let's remember to keep shining our light, to do our best to respond and not react. But if we do react, it's okay. I'm going to give myself the grace and space and love and compassion to be human. And I'm going to allow those around me so much grace and so much space and so much compassion to be human, especially when we might all be in close quarters, having some holidays, having a wonderful time, but allowing that energy is everything. And the only energy I can control is my own. So I will keep coming back to peace, keep coming back to love, and keep coming back for this immense thankfulness that I have for all of you listening, for all of the beautiful souls in my life. And an extra special thank you to all of the incredible souls that I got the privilege and honor of staying with this last week. I had a beautiful time. Thank you for allowing me to be human. Thank you for caring for me when I wasn't feeling so great. I feel so fortunate to have been able to spend that time with you. You all know who you are. And to my mom who stayed over the weekend, we had a blast. I'm so thankful for all of the unexpected magical moments that transpired. I am going to continue to be intentional about the things that I want to experience: more joy, more love, more peace, more allowing myself to be human. May we all do the same. Sending you so much love from my thankful heart to yours. You can follow me on Instagram at danielle.suddy, on Facebook, Danielle Suddy. Pain to Joy is now on YouTube if you'd like to listen there. Please feel free to connect with me, send me a direct message, or email me at dksuddy@yahoo.ca. I appreciate you, and I'm just sending you loads and loads and loads of love on your journey.